Popular, everybody. Hey, so look at this. We're back with a toy review. Been a long time, right? Today we're taking a look at the reformatted 27SG Calidus Shadow Ghost. This is the TFCon exclusive from Mastermind. This is their Calidus Rodimus, I guess, but their the shattered glass. I want to say shattered cast. Shout out shattered glass version of that particular figure that was supposedly only available at the TFCon convention that we just recently had. TFCon 2017 here, and well, not here, but there. So let's get into this thing, right? Okay, first and foremost, packaging. All right, so this is the box. It's the typical reformatted box, about the same as any other reformatted box. Do you need proof? Here's your proof. Here is the reformatted Arachnus packaging, and it's about the same, a little bit wider. And then here's the reformatted Synicus asterisk mode packaging. It's in the slip sleeve, which let me see, you can get it out. Here you go. Well, this is a little bit different. A little more proof. Well, no more proof. No more proof. No more proof. Right. So on the back of the packaging here, you can see some different instances of this particular guy right here, the shattered glass, who I'm just going to go ahead and call Terror. So he comes with this little manual here, which you will not really necessarily need for transformation. I mean, let's just keep it real. The MMC transformations are typically not that deep, right? It's not that deep. You know, you got a few little steps here and there. Also comes with this card that I held upside down, right? Let's get in there. Let's see that card. Nice artwork on the card. Yeah, nice artwork on the card. A little bit of shine to it. And then you get on the back here, you got little power readings and all of that stuff. So yeah, good job. Yeah, good job. Right. Okay, so check it out. His strength is his courage is like a 7. His courage is the lowest of everything. But I mean, typically looking at that, you would say, okay, this guy's a freaking coward. But I figure if he's a coward or he's cowardice, it would be somewhere down by a 2 or something like that. I don't know. You guys hit me down in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. What constitutes a coward when it comes to the courage rating? I mean, a 7 is what is that? A 7 is like, okay, if you talk shit to him, he's gonna stand up to you. But if the building's on fire, he's not running in. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I'm kind of lost there. But there you go. Nice image of him, right? Comes with this little crossbow here, which is cool because it's like you got a little bit of articulation there. You can expand the edges of it there. A little bit of line work and detail line work right here. A little bit of detail work. That's cool. Who likes that, right? Cast it in this plastic. Got a little bit of silver painted on here, a little shiny silver. I like that. All right, cool. And as far as holding it, you just kind of pop that hand open, stick that inside of there, kind of snaps in, right? And then check that out. So he's got a nice firm hold on his energy crossbow, right? I mean, I don't know where this thing comes from. A Rodimus has to have a crossbow. I don't know. I mean, because it's not just like a, it's not just like Transformers more than meets the eye thing, which I don't know if I recall that either. But I know a lot of the figures that he's come with in the past have had him with a crossbow. But if you want to store the weapon, there's a hole in the back here, a little port in the back, and you can peg it in. But then he has his bow sticking out like that, which is kind of weird. I probably won't do that if you try to grab it from the back. You might stick your fingers. You'll poke your eye out, kid. And this little Rodimus laser rifle, which is the typical Rodimus laser rifle design. Hey, let's compare it. So his actual weapon, it's a pretty decent cast, pretty decent cast, pretty decent sculpt. It's cool. It's black. It's got a little bit of silver right there. It's got some nice line work on it. And the mold is pretty cool. All right, look at that shape. And then if you want to take it and compare it to, let's say, the MP Rodimus, the one that Takara released here recently. Here's 2 of the weapons that he came with. I think this will be the closest to it. This one doesn't have the wings per se, but you can kind of see where the style is somewhat similar, but in all actuality, not really at all. If I'm just honest with myself, not at all. Right, and then here's the old Chug Rodimus weapon. That doesn't even at all resemble it, but then the Chugs didn't really resemble the characters that we knew anyways, but we still loved them, didn't we? Here, check it out. Fire. All right. Then here's the animated Rodimus bow, right? Check that out. And then here is his bow. So maybe that bow thing started with the animated. I don't know. I want to say it started with a Cybertron version. Hey, you hit me down in the comments down below and let me know where if you know where the whole the bow thing came from. I don't know. Check this out though. This is really fun. All right. Fire! Fire! Just stupid. And then of course here is Carrie's a weapon. So I'm not transforming this guy. This guy, his target master. This guy was fucking. It wasn't the most intuitive transformation. I just, so yeah. And I dare say, or obviously, this doesn't resemble this at all. So there you go. All right. Okay, cool. So he also comes with this extra head, not an alternate head, but an extra head. Now, I do notice a bit of a smirk, or maybe it's like a mental thing. Maybe I'm just like projecting the smirk on there that I figured that the character would have for terror. I don't know. You be the judge of it, because at this point I'm probably biased. Let me just adjust this. There we go. All right, so come out a little bit. Just not a good adjustment. There's not a good adjustment. All right, there we go. So I don't know. Like I said, I think that I'm kind of projecting. I mean, it's kind of like a sneer, a smile, or hey. I don't know. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think. But I do like both head sculpts. It seems like this one may be better though. This loose one here. See how at the top? Let's get in there. Let's straighten his head out. Maybe. See how there at the top, those angles where it comes in really tight here in the edges and the corners of his face. That's not good business. That's not good business at all. Now again, I could be projecting this because again, his head is not on the body. Maybe it makes a difference if it's on the body. I don't know. Maybe it transforms. But it doesn't seem like those eyes are as close as those eyes. The nose seems a little bit different. And again, this one seems to have a smear. But again, I could be totally imagining this. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my glasses on, so you let me know what you think. But he does come with extra head, and you can unscrew that screw in the back right there, and you can pop it on. Same thing for popping that one off. Or in some cases, at this ball joint here might be enough just to pop on. Let's see. I don't want to break my shit, but no, you're going to unscrew that. I'm not doing it. But yeah, so you get the idea. He seems to stand right at about 7 inches tall, maybe a little bit less than 7 inches to the top of his little spiky peaks there, which is pretty traditional for the MMC reformatted line. They're not the biggest figures, right? More so chug style. Okay, so having said all that, having looked at all that, having enjoyed all that good stuff that comes with and all this crap, let's mess around with him a little bit, right? Posability wise, he's pretty posable. I mean, that's another cool thing about the MMC figures, especially reformatted line stuff. Posability is typically pretty good. He doesn't have an ab crunch, but he does have a swivel, which is always useful, right? He's got this little hinge deal here, which is a part of the transformation, but it also lets you get a lot more out of the arm movement as far as range of movement, right? So you can get it all like this. You can get him all like that. If he wants to do like who's bad? Or like a Wolverine pose. Check it out. I go where I want to go. I was talking about 90s X-Men cartoon. That's that kind of. Plus you get double articulated points here, double points of articulation here. You get a swivel there, swivel here at the wrist, and then you got the fingers on the hinge there. So that's all good. So you can get them all like that. If he wants spirit fingers, right, he can do all of that, right, and then lock it back up inside of there like that. You can get his head's on the ball joint, so he can get all of that in there, which is not really much. Let's just be real, it's not really much. This does come unhinged because of its transformation, but you can't really use it for any kind of pose or anything like that, right? Having said that, let's go down below. All right, you got a bit of a ratchet here, a nice soft ratchet on the outs for him, so that's cool. And you got a swivel right there, which is just strictly friction, but it's not the tightest, but it ain't the loosest, so it kind of holds right here. It looks like you would have a soft ratchet, but you don't. That's just there for texture. It doesn't really, doesn't really, not at all. Right there, one pin there that gives you that. And then here you have the ankle on a rocker, and because of the transformation, you can put him on his tippy toes. He can fly through the sky. Yes, check him out. he's a peacock. He's peacocking, right? So, or he can do some Danielson, right? He's not really going to hold that pose, but you can pretend like he's doing it. But that's pretty much all you're going to get from there. No swivel, but you do get the rocker right there, and then you get the forward motion. So you get about that much forward, and you get about you put that foot in, you get all of that in. So that's what you got. Take it, love it. You gotta love what you got. You can't fuck over what you got, because all you got is what you got, and what you got is all you got. And if you screw that off, then you ain't got nothing. All in all, as far as like the Poseability, I mean, he's pretty nimble. I mean, and just looking at him, other than seeing this crap right here on the back of his legs, you wouldn't really think it was a transforming toy to a certain extent. I mean, there's certain things that kind of give it away, but for the most part, he's a pretty clean figure, except for, you know, a little bit of backpack back there, a little bit of backpack. Now, color-wise, you know, I'm not really a stickler for paint, but I do like to get me some where I can get me some, right? So let's run them down right quick. You got a flat black all the way through this guy. Flat black is kind of a matte. It's got a little bit of shine to it because of the plastic, right? But it's not like a deep black or anything like that. You're not gonna get lost inside of midnight black. You got these nice purple accents here, which are the shattered glass accents. You got some silver there on his face, which really makes his face pop with that against that black beard, those red eyes. I like it. Makes him look sinister. And you got this nice light blue or sky blue or aqua blue, whatever you want to call it, aquamarine blue, whatever. That's trimming around his purple flames there, which have a gradient. You got a white gradient coming into the purple, so that looks that's pretty cool, pretty neat. I like that, right? Come down here, you got some great silver, right? And you got some purple accents there inside of the knee pad, which is really 80s hairband style, right? So that's pretty cool. Then down here, of course, you got some more silver paint down here. You got some purple down inside of there, and that's pretty much. Oh, check! Hey! Look at, you got some silver inside of here. That's cool with a nice gray on that tire there. So that's cool. And that tire is plastic, not rubber. You don't believe me? Do I gotta prove my point? Look at that. That's plastic. That ain't rubber. Ain't no rubber inside of there. You don't wear no rubbers. You got a little bit more of that purple, which I'm really liking that purple. That shattered glass purple really stands out all over his body, right? With some silver here. Got that nice translucent red there on the visor, which I wonder. I can't say that his eyes are utilizing any translucent plastic. That's more of a paint, but I'm not going to hold that against him, right? You come down here and you got some more of that purple outlined inside of his hood, and me likey that a lot. Lift this up, you can see more of that silver coming across here, and me likey that also. So, and of course I pointed out the silver. If I didn't point out the silver, here's the silver on his Wolverine claws there. You know what would have been real cool? You had to put a little bit of purple inside of these lines, or some of that red, I don't know, but you know, I'm not going to hold that against him either. You know, you do what you do. My ideas are my ideas. You know, I get by with what I think. All right. So that's pretty much the color texture. As far as the sculpt goes, you've got some really nice detail in it. Some nice line work here and here. This is more of a tab, so that really doesn't constitute line work. But guess what does constitute line work? Here in his shoulder, right there. See that? That's line work inside of his shoulder. Yeah, showing a fish. There in his forearms right here, some more nice line work. Not an overabundance of detail, but just enough to make you feel giddy, right? You come down to his abdomen area. Got some of that gray right there that I might have left out when I was giving away the colors. Got some lines there inside of there, right up inside of there, under that chest pectoral area there. And there, you see that? Yeah, you got it right there. A little bit of line work. There's a fair amount of line work. You got some lines up inside of there. I like the rivets. I like me some rivets. Anywhere I can get a rivet, I want me more of a rivet. If I can get a rivet, I want rivets, and I want more. I love me some rivets. A lot of detail in this silver that really makes the silver pop off with the line work. So that's really good. And you come down to the leg, and that's where it really starts shining, because there's a lot of line work inside of these legs. Look at that with that purple leg. It just comes off really good. So the overall figure design is really good. Look at that wing. And then one of my wings comes off. And this is going to bring about a conversation I'm going to have with you later in this review. But yeah, there you got that wing that comes off, and that really kind of irritates me. But, you know, I'm not complaining, not a complainer. I'm not going to cry about it. So that's what you get. That's what you get right there, right? So, what are we going to say? Face is good. Face sculpt is good. Line work is good. Hides the wheels right here behind his chest. Really good. It's great right here. It's kind of off. It's more of a off-white type deal, and it's just kind of off. It doesn't really blend in with the rest of that stuff. I'm not sure why this wouldn't be of the same gray as the others or something. I'm not sure. Maybe even a purple. Nah, purple probably too much right there. But that light gray definitely doesn't work. It's not the same as the hands or anything, I don't think. No. No, it's not. No, it's not. So yeah, that's kind of BS. I don't know. One problem you will run into with this guy when transforming him or just messing around with him at all is the side of his shoulder area right about here. It locks into place for the transformation via that port in the wheel and this peg right here. Port right there, peg hole right there, right? But it doesn't, on this particular side, it doesn't stay. And I'm not sure if that comes from the bending for the transformation, because typically what you're basically doing is when it's time to transform him, you're gonna pop these out and fold them back. They're not like on like telescoping joints or anything like that. You just kind of pop them out and fold them back. So what you get is a little bit of flex here in this soft plastic. So after some time has passed, enough transformations, I can see where those things will be bent, right? And I don't have any like kind of friction. I don't have any kind of friction lines or anything like that from it. So that's at least a good thing. But I can see where, as in time passes, you're going to have an issue with that staying in there because it's already having a problem staying in there, right? As a matter of fact, it pops out quite frequently. This one on this side is pretty good, but that one is just irritating, right? Other than that, and this piece right here, just coming off whenever it wants to come up, whenever it's feeling dandy. Everything else seems to hold in place pretty well. It's those just two things that I just, they bother me. I'm not going to lie. So, hey, let's get into some transformation on this guy, right? And see how well the transformation goes, because one thing we know about them MMCs is that the transformations ain't hard at all, right? We're going to zoom all the way out for transformation mode. Ready? It's transformation time. It's transformation time. Okay, let's get into it. Some things that are going to happen that's going to irritate you, but you got to kind of rock with it anyways. This ring right here is going to fall off. It's going to fall off constantly. So if you have this wing that falls off on yours, just take it out. This piece right here, the chest piece. All right. So this chest piece here is on these two pegs right here, right? And it comes off. It comes off sometimes. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't, right? We're going to see if it comes off or not. I'd rather leave it on and see if it comes off or not. Get into the boy-girl action. Peg and then slot. Peg that slot. Peg that slot. Yeah, just like that. Pegging that slot. There you go. Nice little snap. You should hear it. Chest assembly is on a hinge. Oops, sorry, first. Take the arm pieces here and rotate them out of place and go ahead and give yourself some space by extending those hinges there, right? All right, with that done, free this piece up. This is on the hinge at the bottom. It's on the hinge at the top. There you go. And it's also tabbed in via that and this hole. Free that up. It's fully extended now. Fully extended, right? All right, take this piece. The directions are going to tell you to take this whole bottom half and rotate it around and then rotate the legs back around. I think that's dumb. Why do I think that's dumb? Because you don't need the legs rotated around. You only need this part rotated around. So just go ahead and rotate that, right? Flip these pieces up. See that? Flip those pieces up. You got to get them out the way. Flip them up. All right, so now that we have that done, see these pieces right here? They're on a swivel here via a screw. Go ahead and rotate those down and take those pegs and lock them into those holes. There we go. There we go. Get some of that. Get some of that. All right. And then guess what you can do? You can take this portion of the head, rotate that piece down like this. When you rotate that piece down like this, you can go back behind his neck, rotate that up like that, right? It's not really that. It's not on no friction. And kind of, there you go. Snap it in place. Look at that. Take his head, which is on a hinge now, rotate it around like this. Take it all the way back like that. Take this piece here and now send that up like that. And his head will just kind of sit in there. And that's so cool how his little tail fins are sticking out right there. See that? All right, cool. Yeah, all right. Go ahead and bring these back into where they should be, pegging them in ever so gently. There we go. And those things are now secure. And you come around to the front side, you know you got it right. Because look at that. Look at that lineup. Perfect lineup. That's what you want. And you can take this thing if you want to, and you can now put it back in. It's going to fall out, but if you so choose to, you can do that, right? The manual's going to tell you to go ahead and slide this portion up. That's your choice. I don't think I want to do that. Fold those open. Take this out. Take this piece right here. Fold the heel spur up. Fold the toes up, spirit toes. There you go, right? Same thing on the other side. Go. All right, now, here's what I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna come around to the back. I'm not gonna tab this in yet. Why am I not gonna tab that in yet? Because I'm gonna tab these legs. See, inside of there and right there? I'm gonna tab that in first. There you go. Because security. And what's important about security? security is everything, especially if you are a credit bureau that's responsible for reporting people's credits and maintaining their credit well-being, and you allow yourself to get hacked. And
as a consultant, as a tool way of buying up the perk, and then they think, oh, okay, you gotta offer some bullcrap software, and we should have no extra cost in the first place, you're gonna make us pay for it, and then the CEO's gonna get off with a $70 million walkaway bonus from his contract, banging the extra bucks, while we all get ripped off and have to pay for some stupid software we should have had in the first place.
That's a rant. That's a rant. So that's why security is important, right? Go ahead and bring those down. Just bring them down right there. All right, cool. So with that in place, you can take this right here and bring those down, right? And we're gonna square all this way in a minute. But take your finger, put it right here, and slide that up. As you slide that up, you can come around to the front there. You can take, see how that just kind of goes into there nice and good. Take these pieces right here. There's 2 tabs right this side of there. You can just kind of square them away. Oh, look at that. And when you square those away, you come in here and push those all the way under. Now everybody's squared away. Don't you love when everybody's squared away? And now you take this piece here, push it down a little bit because you want this to kind of slide over it, right? And then you just push it all the way up, nice and tight. Oh yeah, nice and tight. There you go. There you go. Now that's good. Everything is fitting into place. Wheels is in place. Everything is nice and tight and making you feel good. Alrighty. I don't know. I kind of feel like some kind of way this foot should be on top to cover that portion there, but just in our camera. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this piece of Energon bolt, and we're gonna take it, and no, there's no side that's better than the other side. No one side is above the crew, right? And we're gonna take this piece right here, and we're gonna just put it right there and secure it there. Look at that. And you can take these right here and kind of bring them back there like this, right? So they're not sticking out all crazy like that. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Like, no shit. I kind of like that. I kind of like that, right? All right. It makes more sense than it actually being a weapon, right? So there it is, that. And if you want to go one step further, take this piece right here. That's his weapon. Take the weapon, plug it top right there. Plug it right there. Plug it. Plug it. There you go. Now you got his vehicle mode. Look at that vehicle mode. Me likey, me likey. And that's an MMC vehicle mode. That is a Cybertron hot rod right there. Not really a Cybertron Winnebago, but a Cybertron hot rod, and you can go with that. Now, for scale comparisons in vehicle mode, Bumblebee. Why do we have Bumblebee here? Because he's the easiest to transform real quick. So there you go. Bumblebee gives you a comparison for vehicle mode, and side by side, there you go. So if you're wondering how big his vehicle mode transforms into, there you go. If you're wondering if you can put this guy in with your carry and have him as your terror, no, you can't. That's terror, because carry is way bigger. Speaking of who he can and cannot stand with, here he is with another MMC guy, Tarn. You can call him Tarn, because that's what his mama named him. Cynicus, one of his TFCon exclusive brethren. A Pharaoh Queen, another TFCon brethren, sisterin, whatever. That's what he's with him. Isaiah Stealth Assassin mode, because I'm still in box, not open, because I'm not gonna. Here, if this makes you feel any better, we can just open that up. And there you go. There you go. Now look at that. Now you should feel all kinds of better, because look, now you can see the figure. No, you really can't. Fuck that. Okay, there you go. There you go. So there he is with a whole bunch of TFCon brethren. And if you still need one more TFCon brethren to go along with him, he's not really a TFCon brethren, then stay tuned for the slide afterwards. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed my review of the TFCon exclusive reformatted R27SG Calidus Shadow Ghost. I enjoyed it. It's, some may have some discrepancies or complaints about MMC figures. I will say, look at her, like she's trying to sneak over and get a little kiss. I will say that he has some finicky parts here and there. He has some bits and pieces that kind of fall off every now and again. Is he worth the price point if you waited in line all that time? I think this guy should really be around, and he should pretty much be around the $70, $80, maybe $90 mark at most. But then I say that for a lot of the MMC figures, they're reformatted figures. But I will say that I'm happy to have him. I want to give a shout out to Ryan. I'm not going to put his last name out there. And I'll just say this. I've said it before. I'll say it again for the purpose of this review. This is why you want to treat everybody you come into contact with the same respect that you expect, and embrace the fandom and the friends that you meet. Because the only reason why I have this guy is because he heard me talking, and I was discussing what figures I came for and could not get. And as it turned out, he had an extra one for another person who didn't come forth to get it. I hope I ain't putting his business out there. But he sold it to me at cost. I really appreciate that. At cost. No scalper prices, because they was already up at $200-something, I think, online by the time they had sold out at the TFCon at the booth for MMC or whatever, right? So, hey, shout out to you, Ryan. I really appreciate that, man. But other than that, tune in for some more reviews. Definitely tune in for some art stuff. I'm glad you guys are liking and responding to the artwork that I'm putting up. I'll be putting up more. If there are any figures you want to see reviewed and I don't have them, you're going to have to send them. But let me know what you think about this guy. If you got it, if you don't got it, if you want him, whatever the case is. If you are enjoying my art videos, please hit me up in the comments and let me know what you would like to see more of. Hey, until next time, I'm just enjoying what I do, man, and doing it when I can. Out of here.